Now, the UN top envoy to Libya has called on the Security Council to compel Libyan and regional stakeholders to back the UN mission's efforts to restore unity and legitimacy to Libyan institutions. Special representative and head of the UN support mission in Libya, Abdoulaye Bathily, painted a dire picture in a briefing to the Council, describing the lack of political will and good faith by the power brokers in Libya, whom he's described as comfortable with the current stalemate in the country. He told the Council that despite UN-led efforts since 2022 to help resolve Libya's political crisis through elections, they have faced national as well as regional pushbacks, revealing an intentional defiance and tenacity to delay elections that could put the country back on the path to democracy.
The country has been divided between rival administrations and militaries and has been riddled with conflict since the NATO-backed intervention toppled its longtime ruler Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. The country has several centers of power. First, an internationally recognized government of national unity based in Tripoli in the west under Prime Minister Abdulhamid Mohamed Dbeibah, who controls about a third of the country. And a rival government in the east, under the House of Representatives in Tobruk, led by rival Prime Minister Osama Hamad, that controls the other two-thirds. The Tobruk government is supported by the self-styled Field Marshal Khalifa Haftar and a large militia force known as the Libyan National Army. The stalemate between the two sides has persisted since the indefinite postponement of Libyan national elections that were planned for December 2021.
Very sorry, because in Libya, public opinion, in Libya, political parties, civil society organizations, women, tribal leaders are all impassioned to see an end to this crisis. They want to regain the sovereignty of their country. They have been promised democracy in 2011. No democracy is in the horizon. The economic situation is worsening because Libya is the prey to foreign economic interferences against a background of mismanagement by the current leaders who have no consideration for the interests of the people of Libya.
He warned that the country was sliding further and further into chaos and rejected efforts to make the United Nations a scapegoat for the political failures that have bedeviled the country for the last decade.
The conditions put forward by Libyan leaders contradict their proclaimed intention to find a Libyan-led and Libyan-owned solution to the conflict. So far, they have not demonstrated their goodwill. Concerns regarding the weakening of the international consensus on Libya are growing within the general population, as their country has become the playground for fierce rivalry among regional and international actors motivated by geopolitical, political and economic interests, as well as competition extending beyond Libya and related to its neighborhood.
Bathily also pointed to a renewed scramble for Libya among internal and external players, including for its immense resources. Actions that were rendering a political solution elusive. He says the key stakeholders have simply not budged from their respective preconditions to engage in a UN-led political process.
The bulk of the Libyan population want to get out of this mess. They came to me and asked for a formula which will go beyond those leaders who do not want to put an end to the crisis of the country, who want to prolong their sufferings. Unfortunately, as I said, those leaders are supported in their tactics by their foreign backers. in many ways. And under the circumstances, there is no way the UN can operate successfully because they put the brake on the wheel for any solution.
He urged the Council to compel both the national formations and their international backers to restore unity and legitimacy in the country. Confirmed that after just 18 months in the job, he had submitted his resignation to the Secretary-General. If confirmed, he would become the 7th permanent leader of the mission to vacate the tough post since 2011. Shervin Briceby's SABC News, New York.